stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her God bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown. A grand adventure like no other we've known.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and where I'll go in life still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly, and my hair is not looking like this AI picture. How you guys doing today? Oh, good to see you guys here. Hey, see Oscar, how you doing? Shay, good to see you this morning. Oh, welcome everyone. Look at you, just being the wonderful host there. Welcome everyone. Good morning, says the Ken. Good morning, Ken. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Kelly and Callie. She's gone down for a nap. So we've had an eventful morning. That was like, what does it feel so cold? It looked, it was 19 degrees. I'm like, oh, that explains a lot. Hi, everyone, says the Michelle. Oh my gosh. How do you change timelines? What is possible in the plasma state with these AI pictures, which are not perfect, but I'm going to be able, my opinion, I think I'm going to be able to explain this better with the AI pictures I created on my Canva for this. So, just like, where are those? Oh, goodness grief, look at the hiccups. Where did I? Emotions. I think I put them over here. Yes. This, in many ways, this is how our souls are structured, with spheres that are emotions. They're all different colors, all different emotions. Like every frequency has a different color. That's why all the spheres are different colors. Here's all kinds of stuff that I will see when I look at you guys' energy. It's like, oh, their white light stick is kind of small. No, I've never really seen this happen, but these are AI pictures. I'm just flowing with the pictures. Does your life feel off center? So it's really cool, because here is the soul and how it's structured with some artistic, steampunk looking kind of style. But you got a white light stick, which is much bigger than this. It's more like that, size wise. We're looking at something like that size, or like that, maybe a little taller. So that's in the middle of it. Oh, this one's more realistic, like size wise, with the stick. That's about what I see, proportion wise. But then, where'd you go? Oh gosh, I can't find the pretty one. There it is. The feelings and emotions are up top, and they've all got a place. Let's say from the factory. Like the one in front, you look at the one behind it, and the spheres are not in the same place. It's like you can still find a red one and a green one and a blue one, but they're in a different place. And that's one of the ways that we have these different experiences in these souls. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So what we do in these push-pull white light system practices, instead of healing, we will pull these emotions in. Like we go into a belief system that's religious, let's say, and there's a lot of self-punishing and, self-sabotage and so forth in there. And these spheres that you see will be pulled inside of this light stick in the middle. It'll get pulled inside. Isn't that good to know? So if we're in a religion, I'm overgeneralizing, you guys, apply it to your situation, whatever it might be. So think of some of those as judging them as negative feelings. Guilt, shame, fault, blame, stuff like that. So you pull them in to that white light, which is a power source in the matrix. So you're living a full-blown matrix experience because you're not seeing clearly at all when these emotion bubbles are inside of your, I don't know what you call it, spirit stick. Oh, that's, that looks like lipstick container. See, and when you're finished with that experience, see how that white stick is coming out of the soul? It's very artistic, but it still shows what goes on. Like there's earth behind, and this is the soul, and the body, which was just a projection in the first place. Everything ceases. Kind of like your laptop doesn't work anymore, and you don't come play the game with all your online friends all around the world that you guys were playing a game together. It's like you just don't show up. Your laptop doesn't work anymore. So you still got all those feelings and emotions and all kinds of stuff in the soul area. And the white light stick is taken out. Isn't that cool to know? And then all of them are put into what looks very natural. Don't take this too literally, but like a stomach. Like this big stomach, because it looks very natural. This opening, and then you see what look like holes, but they're tunnels going to other places. So this white light stick is taken out during this harvesting process. The souls, what is left, the souls are sorted and put through these different slots or these different openings, which are tunnels that go to different places. So they're categorized and sorted and so forth. You guys, when you come into sessions with me and I look at your energy, some of you got like your branding up front. And it's the one that I see that's the most prominent. That's why all the leaders are here. That's why you know you're a leader. It's not, maybe I don't feel like it. And you guys have this branding of an S, and it's related to the dragons. I don't know if that's making sense for you guys. So you'll have this branding of S, and then it's got this crest-looking shape around it. Now you've got like, it's not what it looks like, but it's Superman, and on Superman's chest, it's like, look, I branded with the S. I'm superior. Well, it's not what the S stands for, but I'm superior, to the humans, because I'm more advanced, but I'm here kind of like in human form. So those of you that carry the S, this is my experience and my perspective, my opinion. Remember that when you're listening to this. This is just my opinion alone. For whatever drama that we're playing out in a simulation. It's a video game with a plot line. So the plot line I see in this video game that we're playing, you guys with the S, and again, the dragon energy, you are I might be saying the wrong words, but you're like the gods of this realm. On a much higher level, you created all of this. And things weren't going well, and you were trying to figure out why. So to figure out why, because you'd move, the chess pieces around from above, and things just didn't work out. So you got into the chess pieces. You put yourself into the chess pieces. If you played that role, you wiped your memory and all of that. You chose to have this experience that you're not trapped in, by the way, because you created it. To be like, okay, what's it like to be human? Why isn't this working right? Why does this keep failing? It keeps getting to a certain point and then it fails. What is that? What is that thing? So those of you guys that are marked with that S are like cosmic royalty. You come here in human form and you don't quite know that's what you're doing. And I hope none of this scares you guys when I tell you this. It's not meant to be scary. It's like good news. Every day's good news day, right? Good news is just when you let go of all this nonsense, you're right back into that godlike position. You don't have to, crawl your way there, climb your way there. You're having this experience from up there. If there's an up there. So we're here going, I am human. There's something way, way high up there. So I'm going to kumbaya and raise my frequency and shit. I'm going to go up there. So when you get up there, it's like, yep, that's me. But every time I stop kumbayaing, I fall off. And I fall right back into the human body. What's going on there? So when you're going back up, that is you playing a role of a gamer, I guess, playing all of these games. And the human version is the avatars and all the characters in the game that you're playing. So it's like one of your characters came up and saw you. Like went to the screen and looked out and saw you playing the game. It's kind of like what it's like. And that character can't maintain that. There's only so much energy and rules and all in the game. But when you let go of the character, let go and you allow the experience and it's functioning properly, you go, oh my gosh, I am not this character. And when you have that realization and then you let go of the character, you go, oh my gosh, I find myself sitting on a couch or in a gaming chair playing a video game. I got so caught up in that video game, I thought I was that character. I didn't even hear my mom calling down here in the basement when she said my sandwich was ready. Oh my gosh, I got so caught up in that. Oh. Is this cool to know? Like these souls are harvested. You're not the soul. All this concept of selling your soul. So Kelly, we're here for the plasma state. Oh no, all of this applies. All of this applies to the plasma state. And changing timelines and so forth. Every bit of it. Because this helps to give you a map of what's going on. Not so you can manipulate it, but do what you want, none of my business. But my reasoning in this is, let me show you how things function so you can be like, oh my gosh, I was taking that soul thing so seriously. And I see that they're just commodities in this large, elaborate economy. An economy that the temperature or the health of the economy is based on feelings and emotions. Wow. No matter what the experience you have, it's based on your feelings and emotions. And you've got the original God bubble stuff going on. It's freaking awesome. My opinion. My opinion when I look at it. And it's these guys right here. These are the feelings and emotions. And here's all the feelings and emotions. That's how your soul is structured. It's starting to make sense. So the original feelings and emotions, and they're all there, are like the original intent of God, which is you. Just again, been playing this game too long. You thought you were the character. So when you look at these feelings and emotions, these were the original, and you have quite a wonderful experience with these feelings and these emotions. So in this game that we were playing, we found my awesome AI pictures. You guys, I'm loving the crap out of making these AI pictures. Wait, am I in the right place? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay. I just love this because we talked about yesterday, just to do a short recap. I think it would be helpful. Hold on, let me have a sip of my hot, tasty beverage. Ah. Ooh, goat's milk hot chocolate. So, yes, whoa, there's big wins today, like huge wins. We're looking at all of this being in the cycle. We're finding everything is repeating itself. Okay. So think of a toroidal field that spins like in a circle, then it rotates as well, up and out and around. So this 80-year cycle that we talked about yesterday, that we are at the very, very end of, like it's going away right now, of 20 years of what was termed as crisis in my research. Do your own. The crisis 20 years of the 80, like the not so fun one, the worst, those last 20 years. So we're there, and like 2026, everybody has like a slightly different calendar or way of looking at it. And some are like this 20 years starts in 2026 or up to 2028. But that's basically right now. And this is that last, I guess, revolution. A revolution in no. But you're seeing no all over the place. We're not going to continue this. We stop just letting this happen to us. And it doesn't matter what you do. Well, whatever you did stopped. It's stopping everything. So in this rotation that we see, this 80-year rotation that we've got, we've got these timelines, and one timeline is stuck in a rotation. Isn't that cool? Good news. good news day today. It's good news day today. In one of your timelines. And what is a timeline? We'll talk about it in great detail when I show you some cool AI pictures. So this right here, this is like that 80 years, but displayed differently. This is the 80 years displayed in in a line, in a row, from like 1 to 80. And each of those, I'll oversimplify. It's, by the millisecond. Let's say each of those things that are lit up is 1 year of an event. And the first one is obviously year number 1, then year number 2 and 3 and so forth, up to 1, 2, skip a few, 78, 79, 80. You got it right there. Now that's how you create time. When something's in a circle, it's spinning. And you have access to everything. There's no concept of time. So you take all 80 events that you could experience all at one time from the God bubble perspective, and you spread them out, and then you follow those events, and you have each experience in a row. Again, in reality, it's like every millisecond is created like this. So what is the past and what is the future? It's events on the outside or the bubble part of the bubble or the edge, the God bubble. Every one of these events from the God bubble perspective you experience at one time. When you start playing the video game, you play year 1 level first, year 2 level next, then year 3. And when you get up to like year 13 and 14 in the video game, you're like, fuck this shit. I want to play level 2 again and 3 again. Those are pretty cool levels. It's like, nope, you can't. You're going up to 15 and level 16 and 17. It's like, I don't know about that. I'm not liking that order of things. No. That's how you have quite a different experience than if you experience the entire 80 years of a lifetime. So in this, you see that there's like a division of 4 20-year. What do they call those? You guys, turns, a turning. There's just someone's vocabulary word for it. Is going from one 20-year block to another one is a turning. And then we looked at the birds. And Pat, I don't know if he's here, Pat knew exactly who wrote the song and all of that stuff, not just who sang it. So he put that information out. Thank you, Pat. On the song The Birds, Turn, 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 which is just all of the experiences you could possibly have. They're kind of categorized. And you can see probably what we've been through. What would you say that's like the bottom right corner? Is that the past 20 years? Would that be pretty accurate in this picture? Which is the last 20 years? The one that's on fire. That's the one, Kelly. The one that's on fire. See that one, the red one. So the next 20 years, from what it looks like, if your timeline, and we're about to look at timeline pictures and have a concept of what that is, and this is my hopes, that when I show this to you, it'll be easier to let go of. Not that you start manipulating it. Again, do what you want, but that my intent is that you just understand the structure of it all. And understanding the structure, there's so much you could let go of. So much. Good morning, CW. Did you get the comment thing figured out, CW? Because someone said shit, and their comment came through yesterday. So, we're still trying to figure out why yours did not. Let's see, I saw a video on TikTok that explains this pale, transparent tube. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You're gonna love what I'm about to show you. They're AI pictures, but they resemble the stuff I see. Let's see this. They're slightly. I couldn't get it perfect, so when I show you the pictures, it'll be like, okay, this is what AI did with this, but this is what's really going on. This is what it looks like. So you'll be able to easily visualize an alteration to a picture instead of the whole picture from scratch. And it's for me, I feel better because I feel like most of the time I'm misunderstood. But thinking the ones that misunderstand me, I think they intentionally misunderstand me. That wasn't my tribe, right? Oh, I'm sorry. This pale transparent tube that appears on people's crown. Yes! Yeah, I called it a beam. Because you know how a laser beam is tube shaped? Like a laser beam. CW talk about the same thing. I just called it a beam. You know, like a beam of light. Oh my gosh, we're talking about the same thing. This is awesome. Appears on people's crown when some people are unknowingly feeding their energy to other beings. I'll tell you more about it. Can you send me the links and stuff, CW? Do you mind sending? Like, you can email me if you want to, Kelly@kellycoffee.com. You guys, I'm not getting your messages on my website. I don't know what is going on. I'm not getting your messages. I apologize. So please, if you're like writing me, Kelly@kellycoffee.com. I appreciate you, CW. Thank you for letting me know about that, because that's what I see. I see 45-degree angles when it's like some form of a reptilian influence, no matter how they appear as angels or spirit guides or whatever. Or it's there at unalivement. It's like you're leaving the body and you're about to take a trip, go on a trip. And it's like, come this way, this is the way to go. The at unalivement entities, they present themselves to you up, like in front of you and up, which is a 45-degree fucking angle, you guys. They're there at a 45-degree angle. So those are the overgeneralizing, and they've got long, fancy names. I feel like Pamela Erlin. Oh my God. I think she knows every entity's name out there, probably. She is so intelligent and just so wise. I admire her, you guys, on many levels. I think she's younger than me too, but she's like a mentor to me. So thank you, Pamela, for just being you. Thank you, Pamela. So anyway, so I see these 45-degree angle interactions, and then again you've got the tube or whatever you're talking about. That could be from straight up. That's more aligned in, oh, this is me, genuinely me, not influences in this. This is my connection with myself. It's all simulation in a video game, but you're still connected to yourself in the video game. You're not plugged into something else. You're plugged into you. That's so cool, because I think you'll be like, think these AI pictures are cool. I think you will. I don't know. You'll be the judge of that. All right. Thank you, CW. Thanks for informing me. Yes. Yeah, I don't rely on messages. I've kind of not tried not to do messaging and back and forth on TikTok, because there's just something I'm not feeling good about TikTok. Let's see. So, and then emails, it's really easy to back and forth on an email. It's funny because sometimes if I'm just sitting there and I'm actually doing the emails and all, someone will email me and I'll email them back, and then they'll email me again, and we'll go back and forth a few times, almost like we're messaging or texting. It'll be like that fast, emailing back and forth. It's funny. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes. When you guys email me, it's fast as lightning, like texting. Yes. Oh, that's literally. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read that properly. All right, you thanks for informing me. Yes, that's literally what the person said. There's clear tubes are connected. Yes. When being fed on unknowingly. I mean, oh, okay. Now, when you're saying fed on, ultimately there is a parasitic type of draining of energy. Yes, but these 45-degree angle tubes are not necessarily the way that the feeding happens, but it can be that the influences come from that 45-degree angle. Like, oh, you're being unalived, and unalive, let's say you go just straight up, like tube, um, elevator tube up, straight up when you're not here and you just come out of the tortal field and you go around like natural. You know, you've got this distraction off to the side at a 45-degree angle. And again, I don't feel like it's a feeding as much as it is that 45-degree angle during unalivement was like, come over here, go in this tube. Where there's a manipulation that goes on for, if, like, let's say you signed up for 100,000 years to be here, and you were just going to be on planet Earth for 100,000 years and like go live in a cave for a while or something, and then it's like, oh no, eat donuts and macaroni and cheese, and you go to the grocery store and it's like, oh look, there's a whole aisle that's dedicated to macaroni and macaroni accessories. And it's like, well, that looks good. Macaroni. And all the parasites were like, yay, macaroni and cheese. And then at age 80, it's like, oh no, the macaroni and cheese is caught up to me. What is this at a 45-degree angle? Oh, go into your tunnel? Like, what? What's the dealio? So, like, that happens. And so, when you get, like, sucked in there, there's a type of storage that happens for when it's time to put you back in. And then you do the cycle again, the spin cycle again. So it's like Roman Empire, because that's the same 80 years, like Roman Empire kind of shit. You can overlap it on top of everything that happened. Not the details of all of the events and all, but the energy behind everything. It's that same 80-year freaking loop. And then you got the 80s loop. And I forgot, Florbrun, do you guys remember? It was the 80s loop was either a 9 or an 11 year. I don't know why I can't remember. A 9 or 11 year loop that she was talking about. Like the 80s where Tupac, kept coming out and off. I was just trying to remember when the pants that go up to your rib cage, was on the racks out there. So I see the 45-degree angle as kind of like a distraction, as influence to, because they can't feed off of your energy. You have to like voluntarily give them your energy. That doesn't sound like good news, but ultimately it is. Because when you let go of it, you let go of all of that, you're not drained anymore in a parasitic way. I mean, this is good news. And the pictures I'm about to show you, oh, I hope it helps you so much. Let's see, it was holding this costume up to me, and it was like, I could literally see her face. That's literally a bad costume mask. Yeah, because we in all ways, we are seeing through the masks. We're seeing through the mask, and ultimately we're seeing that we're the ones that created all of this. And instead of being caught up in an 80-year cycle, we let go of the cycle. And then we find ourselves observing everything. Beautiful. Now back to cool and pretty pictures. So this is the third dimension. 80 years that just cycles over and over and over again, from awesomeness and invention, and the time where, if this medbed type technology, even though it's a push-pull white light system, this medbed technology, wouldn't it make more sense if we're caught in an 80-year cycle where we're in 20 years of shit, and then the next 20 years, like starting on or around the 2026 to 2028, that it's going to be wonderful? Then it makes sense that the med beds would come out then, and that healing fabric would come out then for that 20-year period. I mean, how many of us have been fighting this? We put ourselves into these cycles, and then we fight the cycles. See, I told you it was going to be good news day. So 2026, 2028 is the beginning. Again, these are multiple people saying the same thing, and their guesses are all slightly different, but they're all within that range between 2026 and 2028. So I'm here to deliver good news. Here to deliver good news. And I was seeing the cycles too. And Ken was seeing cycles in movies and so forth, where all of the plot lines are being recycled. Are they being recycled every 20 years, every 10 years? And some of them are almost like the exact same script. What do you call them? A remake? So then you start to see, hey, wait a minute. Just someone who's done Planet Earth for a while. This like Ken, this plot line. I've seen this before. I know the ending, because it's just younger actors. Same plot line. So when you start to see that everything is a repeat, then you start to disengage and not take anything too seriously. And you go back and look, wait a minute, I think this is a cycle. If I see this as a cycle, instead of allowing these movies or whatever to influence me, I'm seeing that these movies are running in a cycle. And like, if you frequent movies, you watch movies, there's going to be a certain overtone to all the movies in a certain year or in a certain decade. Like an overtone of rebellion, like Gen X movies. Don't we have an over and under and surrounding tone of rebellion? And then in other decades, compliance. Is that good to know? So here's timelines, and just different ways of looking at timelines. So this one human experience, let's say that this lady is experiencing Avatar. What would her name be? So like Jenny or Catherine. I'm not good at making up names, you guys. What's a good name for her? I don't want to call her Susie. Like, I always use the name Susie. Like, every single freaking time. Hey, let's give her a bold name, like Joan of Arc or something. Not at all related to the actual Joan of Arc or anything. Just, I'm not good at naming. Like when I had all these cats at one time, I didn't know what to name them, so I was naming them like salt and pepper and mustard and ketchup and mayonnaise and shit. Like that's how I named things. So okay, Joan of Arc in the middle. Like she's all like, I'm gonna do the Joan of Arc. That's the video game she paid for. So they're like, well, here's your software program. Now, as Joan of Arc, there's lots of decisions you can make. And as you make decisions, you're going to go down a pathway. And you can only go down that pathway. Joan of Arc. Here's a Joan of Arc pathway, making a good decision, whatever that is. And here's a Joan of Arc timeline when you made the opposite decision. Yeah, that one kind of stung a little bit, didn't it? So you've got all these different timelines. All these different timelines that you could live. And I'm going to explain in a minute why the Mandela effect and all of that is happening. I mean, you might not like my answer, but you'll have an understanding of why this Mandela effect is happening to everybody. Why everybody's like remembering a different past. And it won't be so scary. The good news, it won't be so scary. So Joan of Arc here can jump from tube to tube. Let's say the tubes are touching, like a den of snakes. Instead of being styled or in that order, like a den of snakes. Even if it's winding, you're still in one tube. And then, like if we're in this connection, we can drill from one tube to the other. Or this is where integration. Oh, I'm integrating all my personalities. I'm, one of these tubes is a psychopath, and the other one is totally sane. Like, oh, and I'm integrating the psychopath in me. See, letting go, allowing it, healing. You start to see all of this. You start to see the tubes in the division. What are you doing? Oh, it has to do with the zebra, of course. So this is the way that I saw life, similar to this. Let me switch from Joan of Arc to someone else with a terrible made-up name. How about wait? Do I always use the name Jimmy? Does he look like a Jimmy? Does not look like a Fred. I pick on Fred a lot, so he does not look like a Fred. Frank. Joseph. I'm not good at names. What are like the names today? How about Brian? Would Brian work? That's a thing today. I think I'll call him Brian for now, for lack of having a good made up name for him. Poor guy. So here's Brian, and Brian is playing Brian. He's like, what would his profession be? Like in the 80s, he would probably be a stockbroker. Like making lots of money and a stockbroker and everything. So there's all of these pathways that he could take. Like one of those, he makes the decision to go to college. And the other one, he makes the decision not to go to college. See where I'm going with this? Every timeline is all your different choices that you can make. Send you on a different automatic path. That ended in 2012. Good news alert. Good news alert. It ended in 2012. Cleopatra. Oh, wait. Cycloptine. Oh, God. I can't pronounce names. Easy names. Tim. There you go. Tim's an easier name. CW. Thank you. Ken, help me out here. Like, I can't pronounce shit. Tim is pronounceable. Okay, this guy's Tim. We'll leave Brian alone. Princess Kelly. So, as he continues to make different choices in life. Now look at this picture as these tubes are filling up space. In reality, all these tubes touch. But this is just kind of like an AI version of... It's easier to see what's in the tubes if they're not touching in a picture. You kind of pick it up when I'm laying down. So I couldn't make these pictures exactly like everything is structured. So the rest fill in with your imagination. So playing this character, Tim, not onomatopoeia or cephalus. Like that name could go in so many directions when I don't know how to pronounce it. Like you guys help make me look good. Make me look good. So everything that Tim is experiencing is in these tubes. And remember when we looked at time and how time is created? It's events in a row. Because I said it was Good News Day, that's why. So see how all of these events are ordered and put in a row? But when you do something like this to Tim, like he's locked in to this one way of doing it. Like, I make this decision to go to college. It impacts my entire life, the rest of my life. That's a big deal to go to college. So you stick in that tube for a long time if you do the college route. And again, it's anything in these tubes. Do I get married or not? Do I have kids or not? There's lots of choices you can make in these tubes. If I have a career, do I change careers? If I did go to college, do I change my major in the middle of going to college? Then I get in another tube. But then can't you see how you can get in a tube and not get out with just one decision? Like college or no college or marriage or not marriage. It completely changes the tubes that you get into. I'm about to get into some fucking good news that you're going to be glad you're here. That you waited around to hear. So all of these events, the timelines that I show you guys that look like, hold on, let's tear at the bottom. Okay. See this illustration up at the top left where you've got the God bubble sphere with the toroidal fields in it? All those toroidal fields are the events. And then underneath it where you've got the dots in a row, that's just what I'm illustrating with these AI pictures. And what I'm illustrating is all this stuff in a row, and it creates time. So all of these create time. See, I told you it was going to be Good News Day. So think of this, again, it's just AI model of doing it. Think of these spheres, each of them as that chart I just showed you that has all the dots in a row that create time. This is just another way of looking at timelines. Is one event after the other, and they're bound by that, I don't know if you call it a beam or a line or a tube or pathway. What are your words? What would you call it? But no matter how it's structured, still, like one of those tubes, let's say, you get to one of those events, those spheres, and I don't want to pick out college yet. What's another major decision in life on what to do? Oh crap, I can't even think. They're so programmed to be just so limited. Oh, okay. And instead of doing, I know that still relates to that. Fuck. Okay, graduating from high school. Do I continue to live with mom and dad for 4 years? And I've looked at the math on this. For 4 years, mom and dad might charge me rent, but they keep all of that rent. And then after that 4 years, like the rent they charged me, or, if they were going to be paying for my college, the money that they would be paying for my college, and they buy me a house. And so that house is paid for and all, and I've got a good solid job, and I don't start life out in debt, and so I'm going down a different pathway that's still related to college. I'm sorry, that's terrible to stay in that lane, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Or am I going to go to college and get $250,000, $500,000 in debt? And so I start everything out in debt, and I still don't have a house because I've been, paying for dorm housing, and so I'm starting out at life at 22. that way. And then you've got a completely different timeline. Again, you know, if you want to judge it good, bad, or whatever, it's just I've seen these different ways of doing things, and it completely changes. Parents. Okay, so you had one set of parents that you were going to have, but then it's like, we're putting this one up for adoption. We're not able to raise this baby, or whatever. We don't have enough money, or skills, or whatever. Or whoopsie. And so now you jump into a completely different timeline because you've got a whole new set of parents. And then all we talk about is changing timelines, going from one of these to the other, one tube to the other, right? Whether it's drilling to get to the other one, dissolving one, integrating the two become one. So now it's a bigger tube, right? Manipulation. That's the way it's been up until 2012. But don't we still have these beliefs in place? That's kind of like what we're looking at. Again, this is AI pictures, which is not exactly the way it looks. When I see these, they're all touching. There's no spaces in between. Like all of your timelines fill up the whole space. I've described these tubes as balloon animals, or not balloon animals, but those long tube balloons, like that you make balloon animals out of. This is like a long tube. Donnie Darko chesticle. So Donnie Darko chest tube. So here's another concept, another idea of timelines. This puppy. I don't think this topic interests my dog. Just saying. She's like, Mom, the 30-mile-an-hour wind outside seems to have stopped. And the sun is out. Oh my God. Let me see what my spoiled little dog was. What, puppy? You're looking at timelines, and I'm about to give them good news about the plasma state. Like, this is not good timing. Stop being cute when I'm like trying to just get you to stop. Oh my God, you guys, he's so cute. Stop being so cute. Oh my God. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. I know what you want. But that's just gonna make you quiet for like 2 minutes. I know what. Awesome Butcher. Hold on, Awesome Butcher. What's wrong with you today? Oh, poor thing, Awesome Butcher. Hold on, Awesome Butcher. You have 2 Awesome Butchers. Hey, come on. There. There we go. You got your Awesome Butchers. Can I finish this? This is important information that I'm trying to tell them. Like really important information. Oh God, you know what she's wanting. You guys, and I'm not even halfway finished with my cool AI pictures to tell you how things were before 2012. So to see if you're still caught in one of those systems and still creating tubes around you when the tubes aren't there anymore. I'm sorry, I just gave everything away. So, you guys, let me go to the bottom and go up. There's a lot of comments. Let me start there. What song is I don't know. Like, what is that? Bubble needs reference from the other bubbles to justify that something happened recently or no time for it. Absolutely. And Ken, when I do my videos on It's All About Relationships, you can see that everything that you talked about in big fancy words, that you're talking about the relationships between them. That's the meaning of life. Relationships give life meaning. And when we say relationships, we just think, oh, me and my neighbor, my friends, or whatever those relationships. No. What is the relationship between the chair and the table? What is the relationship between all of this stuff, these two particles? How do they relate to each other? Do they attract? Do they repel? It's just about the relationship. Everything's about a relationship. Putting atoms together is all about relationships. Right? the way that they're structured. So that's a very high IQ, fancy way of talking about relationships. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Girl, chill. She's bringing me the squirrel. God, look at the hiccups. Let's see. It doesn't make sense. Oh, I guess it just came down for later. Let's see. Doing other things, unaware they are part of themselves in a video game again. Oh, discover the truth, like you said, our real selves are doing things. I'm sorry, I got lost in the middle of that sentence. I'm sorry, CW. What if humans aren't NPCs? Okay, these are what if questions. So the what if question, those can get exhausting if you're not focusing in what if, because the what ifs go out into something you've created. So look at, and the what ifs are all self-reflective. So and so we look at it, we're trying to get technical about what if they aren't NPCs, but avatars whose players are logged out. If we're getting that detailed, where do we feel like maybe that we're stuck in this? Are we stuck playing the game, or are we ready to let go of the game? Awareness is autonomy kicking in. When I look at awareness, it's imprisonment in the matrix. So looking at it as autonomy and all is like looking from the avatar perspective. So, looking at this from like a God bubble perspective, it looks like a whole lot different. So basically we get, yeah, that's it. Way too technical for what's going. If you're like log in, log out, and stuff with the avatar, it's time to let go of that. Time to let go. Hey, we're done. I'm so tired of you messing up my rug. It bothers the crap out of me. It does. It bothers the crap out of me. I'm refreshing my tasty hot beverage, you guys. Excuse me. No, the other, excuse me. Good girl. Okay, let's refocus on timelines. The like this login and log out stuff, that sounds a lot like the fourth dimension, astral projection, gaming, and that gets you trapped in the matrix. So those and those concepts. So I would definitely not promote that as a step in the letting go process. Find yourself wherever you are, but then trying to figure this out like a video game, then you're just basically finding yourself in the fourth dimension, astral projecting, and there's about 4 layers and levels to that. And so then we start to get stuck. I hope that's helpful. It says one left. She already had one this morning. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's already been spoiled before we even started. Okay, so timelines. It's like, we're here for the timelines, Kelly. So I'm going to try not to get distracted anymore. There we go. So everyone in, let's imagine, I tried to do this and it didn't work out. I guess I wasn't explaining it the right way to AI, so I don't have any pictures. So this goes into your place called imagination. Think of this guy right here, and he's got a sphere around him, like a toroidal field. He has a sphere, and all of these timelines are touching. And most of the time when I look like timelines, I see 2 things. I see either these timelines that look like tubes, and very flexible tubes that can be like a den of snakes. A den of snakes, how they all kind of wrap around each other and all, and there's no air pockets in there. Like, there's no space in between the snakes, and they go in and out and all over. So with some people, I see their timelines like that, all these intertwinings and so forth. It's not neat and tidy at all. And then you see all the different timelines. And they're all separate. Again, flexible tubes coming together in a curved and rounded and, type of natural kind of way. And then I see others, and it's similar to these tubes right here. But again, I couldn't get it to do it with AI. It started doing things that I didn't intend for it to do. So I apologize for you having to use your imagination. But think of these as pipes, like pipes for like the muffler pipes that have to go around a lot of stuff. Okay, most people have not seen under a car. Let me think. Your pipes for your water that go through. Most people have seen those, where you can route it, where you come up and you've got like a really harsh 45-degree angle turn, and then it goes around something else, and then it makes another turn, and you've got a 90-degree angle, a turn. I will see these do stuff like that now, and they'll fill out the whole space, and there'll be no spaces in between, like all of these touch, but they're structured in more of a plumbing type of way with 90-degree angles all over the place, instead of rounded like a den of snakes. I hope that's helpful. And every single one of your timelines and every possible decision you could possibly make is in there. Again, most people stay in one tube. But so while we were kind of confined to tubes, we tended to stay in one, but you could hop to one or the other, integrate, and so forth. 2012, all the tubes went away. You're still in the same plasma field. You're in a plasma field, but it's not divided up into these tubes anymore. What does that mean to you? I'm delivering good news. What it means to you is you have a choice between any and every possibility at all. If you're going to focus on this avatar, then it's only going to pertain to your avatar and the timelines of that avatar. If you let go of that and you're on a larger level, like a galaxy, think of all the tubes with a galaxy and all the divisions. Well, what happens is you have the ability to, access anything and everything in all of that universe or galaxy or nebula, not just a body. I hope this is helpful to you, this information. Because now everything that used to be in a tube is now in a pool. I call them plasma pools. So we're talking about changing timelines. We went into a better timeline. Okay, kumbaya, I'm getting into a better timeline. And it was time for that 20 years horrendous cycle to be over and an awesome cycle, 20-year cycle to begin. So now you attribute it to changing timelines. Does that make sense? Now we're going to attribute it to that when it was just this natural loop that you found yourself in. There's a plasma pool. We don't have to follow tubes anymore or jump from tube to tube or integrate. The more you heal, the more you realize you are in a big ass plasma pool and anything and everything you can access. Isn't that wonderful? So there's all the possibilities, and most people don't live out all the possibilities. They mostly stay down one tube. All the tubes are gone now. Let's pretend like it's 2025 and all the tubes are gone, and you're in a plasma pool. What is she doing? She is on her memory creating all of these different timelines when they don't exist anymore. Why? Because she's God and she can. So nobody is making her choose between tubes. Pick one or the other. And when you have access to all, you can let go of the outcome. Like in one of these tubes, we're all mad and angry and shit. Scared. Everything in that tube is scared, angry. In a plasma pool, you could just have your state of being and not even create anything. In a healed state, you just don't create anything. An advantage. Puppy. So we're no longer bound by timelines, tubes, anything like that. We're not bound to them at all. Good news day. But we still have programs running that tell us that we're bound to these different tubes and we have to stay in one. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over, that's what happens. Some people, because they're rebellious or curious, found out a long time ago there were no tubes, but they've been all over the damn place. I was drinking my tasty beverage. You okay, puppy? What is going on? You've got like one Austin Butcher after the other. Good grief. Okay, you guys, is this making sense? I hope this is making sense. What is possible in the plasma state is you can continue to create something that's not there in the original version of the video game. You can continue to create these tubes and divisions, or let go of the idea that you have to stay in one place and do the same thing. Isn't that good news, you guys? That's freedom right there. You might be in a game and all, but you are in the plasma field. In the plasma field, there's the potential to create anything and everything in all of creation. You have access to everything, not just one tube, one character, one tube. You have access to all the characters. You look around and it looks like a bunch of stars that you're surrounded. You're playing the role of a star that's projecting a reality. Good news day. It's good news day. Poor puppy. She's like, it is, the wind is ferocious outside. Like, where I wouldn't even let her outside of this wind. And she's a tough one. You're a tough one, but I would not let you out in this wind. That's crazy. That's crazy wind. Did you see my mat flying away this morning? I had a mat to go like 50 yards. Like, shit, I had to go pick it up and bring it back home. It was 19 degrees and it was hurting my face. So I was like, no, we're not going outside. Oh, holy crap. Hey, get in your plants. Get in your plants. Look outside and just make sure everything's in the right place. Yes, it is. Okay. Make sure nothing is rolling down the street. Sometimes the wind doesn't have to be all that crazy or wild, just in the right direction. And that's what happened this morning. Because it's like that mat always stays in place. Except for today. It did not. It did not. All right, you guys. How can I support you in this? We support the CW. I know you're trying to make a joke and everything, but like in all my concepts right now, we're getting out of the bodies and everything, because I talk about like real bodies and all, like blue-green hair and everything. So the direction today is in the direction of letting go of the bodies, letting go of these timelines, letting go and seeing we're in a position of a toroidal field that looks like a star when it's in a plasma pool, letting go of that in a state of being. So that's kind of, yeah, no worries, no worries. So that was kind of the theme for today, to go into that position. It's like we could definitely take time out to do some remote viewing in some of these videos and stuff, and remote view the third dimension and stuff, and see what's going on. That could be cool, definitely. So yeah, anybody, any way I can help you guys or support you in this? How does your energy feel? I have not looked at the Schumann resonance in a few days. Let's see. I don't know if I have my sound turned on. La 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 la. Sorry about that. I had the sound on. All right, let's look at the Schumann resonance today. And it looks like, in my world, I call that the fetal position crying from the depths of your soul type of graph. That's what it looks like to me. Not the ones where it's like, oh gosh, all this white light, I feel like I've been plugged into the wall. Whee! Like nothing like that. It's that stitching. Is that what they call it? Stitching. Where I end up something about my childhood and I'm in the fetal position crying. It's the end of the world. That's what the Schumann resonance looks like. That makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense. Like, couldn't you just shoot me like solid white light? Just 12 hours straight, solid white light. It's intense, but I can handle that shit. This stitching, fetal position crying shit, I'm like, okay, let's have a break from that. I don't know your opinion, but let's break from the fetal position crying bullshit. I'm done for now. Next. Next. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me that's not happening. What is today? Oh no, that's yesterday's. Yep, fetal position crying. It sounds about right. Headaches, stomach aches, back pain, feeling out of it. Yep, that was yesterday. Anybody relate to that? Okay, here's the 17th. Yeah, fetal position crying, stitching. That's what it looked like. Okay, that might not be your reaction to it in the fetal position, but it is for me. Oh, you guys. I looked. I don't give out too much information, but I looked for something this morning that would be very helpful in a certain direction. I could not find it. Like, what is going on here? I could not find what I was looking for. So I don't even want to go down the route of talking about that, because I would have to say the whole thing in code and then you wouldn't even know what I was talking about. Okay, so ignore that. I'll tell you when I finish and I did it, and then I'll tell you. We'll do that. Okay, what day is this? Okay, no, that's not today's date. That's yesterday. That's yesterday. Wow, it seems fairly quiet. But there's just this internal, it's hard to relax. Okay, here's this. Okay, it looks like there's just this big gap. Someone's posting on the 17th, and when the chart goes black before it like updates later, it's just in that black phase. And people go, oh, that's a timeline jump. Have you ever heard them talking about the Schumann resonance and going, that's a timeline jump? And okay, I may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but pretty sharp. I never got it. I never understood it. And I can understand most concepts. So when the Schumann resonance graph has a black line through it of nothingness. They say that timeline jumped. Timeline jumped. So now I'm looking at it from this perspective of, okay, as of 2012, there's no more timelines. If your timeline jumping, see how the Schumann resonance is showing the letting go process. And when you let go, you have more access to everything. You're not timeline jumping. Oh man, I don't think this makes sense. Why are you whining? Why are you whining? Why? Why are you whining? Okay, that's not today either. And that's not today. Okay. Yeah, these are the last few days. The first ones. There we go. Oh no, that's last year at this time. What was going on? Looks really similar. That's weird. Looks eerily similar. Okay. Crazy. Oh, hey, Mindy. I didn't go something, a parasitic system, maybe one of the hardest things I came here to eat. LOL. So grateful for you, Kelly. Aw, grateful for you, Mindy. I'm very grateful for the God Bubble workshops. Oh, thanks, Mindy. Yesterday, I don't know if you call it a workshop or not. I did not. We're not recording any of these. It's just class, and we have it live together. And whatever happens. We don't record it, so it's not on demand. But I've done one of them was like a makeup class, but I've still done 2 classes with the remote viewing. And the class that I did yesterday, it was so freaking exciting. Oh, you guys. The class yesterday. And the excitement that the ones that were in the class had when they saw that they were actually remote viewing targets. They were actually seeing them. And more than anything, I was helping them to learn to trust themselves. And to see when they start, going off to the side and making stuff up themselves, and their unhealed state or their filtered state comes in, and then they're not seeing accurately anymore. Like, to see where that place was. It's like, okay, well, every time that we did this exercise, you saw the right information for the target this way. And then when you started doing this, you see how you are no longer seeing the target anymore. And it was so exciting to see their confidence level rise. Because the method is directed self-discovery, so they discovered themselves what was going on. Yeah. Isn't that cool? That's how I teach you guys to figure it out yourself. Like, holy crap. Like the Gen X way of doing something. Figure it out yourself. I actually came here to be a mom. Let's see. It's my favorite thing to do. It's just I love it. I love it. Love it. That's cool. Yeah, we all came here to do different things. It's the beauty of it all. To have this experience from every... God, it scared the crap out of me. Have this experience from every possible angle. Seriously, what is all of this grumbling and all of this like whining? What? Did you want some attention? Is that what you're after? Is attention? Come here. Let's get some hugs then. Come on. Yeah, let's get some hugs. If attention is what you're after, then you have to be still. You can't be a wiggle worm. There we go. That's better. That's better. It's like she'll come up for hugs sometimes and she will not stop moving. And she moves with passion and speed. Speed and passion. So wonderful for manifesting, causes bruises. It's like hugging her sometimes is dangerous when she's like a wiggle worm and will not be still. Good girl. So how do you feel better about the timeline thing, that we're not doing that timeline thing anymore? Doesn't that feel good? So time doesn't exist anymore. Time ended in 2012. So if you have the idea or oh my god, the wind. If you have the idea or concept of time, you're just creating it in your reality because it's not being forced upon you. When you start to see things as non-linear, that's when you realize you've let go of time. She's creating a lot of turtle fields, that's for damn sure. Little spoiled thing. You're just spoiled rotten. Completely rotten. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Talking to you, spoiled rotten. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, she knows exactly what to do to look cute. Mm-hmm. I know your methods. How's that? Gonna be scratching your ears? Perfect. Perfect. There you go. Oh, wonderful. So if you look out there and there are, let's come together as a group and do a meditation. And in that meditation, we're going to change our timeline because this timeline is shit. We're going to go to a better one. First of all, you have to create a timeline because there's none right now. So you create an idea of a timeline. What is this timeline? Is a limitation. You're not experiencing every aspect of this avatar at one time. You're experiencing the tube version of the avatar at one time. Isn't that awesome? So we're letting go of the idea that there are tubes there in the first place. So for the avatar, no matter what it is, you've got access to it because it's not in a tube. It's in the plasma pool. Now, you've got some choices at this point. Do you start manifesting something or not? If you want to manifest something, then you create a vibration or a frequency, which here in the third dimension, we call them feelings and emotions. So you create feelings and emotions, and then you create something according to those feelings and emotions, and it's not bound to one of these tubes and the rules of one of these tubes. It could be anything. I'll go to an extreme, but you could be rich or poor. See where that tube over there is for like a rich timeline? The tube over there, randomly pointing, is another timeline. One's rich, one's poor. So you get in the rich one and you're locked in there for a while, but then you start to doubt yourself and lose your confidence and so forth, and you start to get a lack mindset and you switch over to the poor tube, where you were born in the poor tube and you don't know how to get over to the rich tube. Well, when you have access to the entire plasma pool, you can choose rich or poor or anything in between. Yeah, how about upper middle class? How about that? I'll pick upper middle class. Isn't that awesome that you're not bound? And then it's like if I pick upper middle class, I can switch to rich overnight if I want. I'm not bound by the tube of upper middle class. I hope this is helpful. These tubes that you're seeing here, because that's kind of what it feels like timeline wise. Like you got all these choices to make. I have to make this choice, Kelly. I have a deadline. Where'd that deadline come from? And why are you making a choice? If you're having to make a choice, you're not seeing clearly. Are you serious, puppy? Here. Oh my God. Did you hear her? So there are no more timelines. Good news. And it's okay to start the process of letting go of timelines and being locked into them and having to integrate and combine and dissolve and to come to terms with. It's all a letting go process. We're just letting go of division. That's all it is. It's an idea of division. It's like, I'm going to create Avatar Kelly from every possible angle. Avatar Kelly when she's sad. Avatar Kelly when she's mad. Avatar Kelly when she's happy. Avatar Kelly when she's joyous, prosperous, and abundant, successful, wealthy. I'm going to create Avatar from every level. But I'm going to create hyper awareness when you pick a tube. So again, we are creating all these limitations based on memory. That's why some of us got out of our tubes. And went, hey, there's no tube anymore. There's no tube. Do anything I want. And now that I realize there's no tubes, it means that I healed in a whole lot of areas and now have access. Instead of let me drill through one tube to get into another. That's in pushing and pull. That's why pushing and pulling will never work. Let go of the idea of separation. Seriously, stop. Oh my gosh. It's like never freaking ending. Like a fucking Energizer battery. In a squeaky toy. Oh, that is my mind. You know, I know if I distract her with something I'm not going to say out loud, it's only a 2-minute distraction. Yeah, and then she becomes very demanding and wants more. Puppies. What are you going to do? What are you do with these puppies? Kelly wants a hairdo today, maybe a little bow on top. Oh, no, she doesn't have any long hair on top. It would have to be a bow over each ear. Because she's got long hair right there at the top of her ear. That would be a really cute place. But just like she ate the buckle off of her harness, she like freaking ate that thing. And now her harness. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. I'm starting a new. You guys, this is something. Instead of just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you guys, taking my own damn advice. And I've got a lot of things. I was gifted some things by a friend, actually. It was so cool. It all pertains to cross stitch, like cross stitch hoop, and like an arm, a cross stitch arm to hold your project, where you don't have to sit there and hold your project and it holds it in place. Like one of those, I'm being gifted. You guys, like, holy crap. And scissors, those really nice, precision scissors for embroidery and stuff, like gifting me scissors and the needles, the sewing needles. And then I'm on a quest for a pattern. I think I found the pattern that I want. So when I find the pattern, there's a lot of kits out there, you guys. Kits that use the DMC floss. So I've been looking at those. And all. Yeah, this is like so freaking exciting. Most of the kits out there, they've got substandard floss and all. But I'm getting into something. I was trying to remember the last time I did cross stitch, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really creative thing that I did. I loved it. But there were some, physical things about it, back in my 20s that were, stressful and painful and so forth. And just the movement of the wrist and the pain in the wrist and everything. Like having that stand to hold your work on is going to eliminate all of that movement in the wrist and all. Like, you guys, it's working out for me. And then I can sit here and I could be on my back in bed and that arm is going to hold my project up for me, and I can cross stitch while lying in bed. Oh, you guys, I mean, I can sit up, lay down, just anything. I'm so freaking excited about it because it's going to work with my, my rotator cuffs and everything. It's going to work for that. And the trend of the day or whatever is analog. It's just living in the 80s basically, and doing crossword puzzles in books and having a pencil, usually a mechanical pencil, right? And a pencil, and doing that and having analog things to do besides scroll. So think about, do I find myself scrolling? I know this tends to be an issue with you guys. I talk about it a lot. If you tend to be a scroller, let's set ourselves up for success. And I know I've seen those at the dollar store here. I went to find storage containers at the dollar store. And so I just went up and down every aisle just to see what the dollar store has. And you guys, they've got all kinds of stop whining. Oh my God. So they've got puzzle books, find a word, Sudoku, all of that. I saw all of those at the dollar store. So you don't have to spend a lot of money, a tremendous amount of money on an analog bag. I know there's online places to get awesome, puzzle books and games and so forth for your analog bag. I think is what they're calling it, your analog bag. So that's what I'm doing. It's maybe not an analog bag, but I've looked at a holder for it. So I found one. It's like a purse, and it's wonderful dimensions that it looks like it's gonna have hold everything. It's got those like zippered see-through pockets in it for putting all your stuff and organizing it. Oh my gosh. And it's got a ton of are they called sleeves? I don't know. It's usually when you have, trapper keepers or 3-ring binders where you have those little pockets that you put your pens and pencils and markers and stuff in, or your supplies. But it's done in a very organized way with all these different shapes and sizes, specifically for cross stitch and embroidery and all. In the exact size for the DMC floss and everything. Like, oh my God. And so I'm getting that done. So it's not like your big analog duffel bag, but I can have my project in it. And also the way that it's structured, instead of just bringing my purse, if I go somewhere, I can easily put my stuff from my purse in that bag with my project. So I don't carry both the purse and my project, instead of just, having a big bag and putting everything in it. It's structured. It looks really nice. It keeps everything ordered. Where if you've got time, like you're in a waiting room, like going to get your teeth cleaned or something at the dentist, and you're waiting. So you get out. It's like, well, this is stressful. It's a dentist's office. I'm under stress. I don't want to sit here and look at the fish. So I don't want to scroll before I get in there and let me do some cross stitch. Like, I'm so freaking excited. So freaking excited about setting myself up for success. So the only holdup right now is the pattern and the floss, because everything else is on its way. You guys, oh my gosh. This is just freaking incredible. Like, so incredible that someone is gifting this to me. So incredible. So again, I've got the pattern I picked out, and I'm going through a lot of other patterns just to make sure that is the one that I want, the size and everything, because I really have no place to hang it. Practical wise, there's no place to put it when I'm finished. But that's okay. It doesn't mean I have to hang it when I'm done. This project's going to take a while. This is I picked one that has lots of stitches in it that I've never done before. So I'm going to be learning new stitches, knots and textures and all. And this one that I chose in particular, and the reason it got up to about $80, like, oh shit, look at the pattern and the DMC floss and the beads. I think it had 9 different kinds of beads in it. Like, shit. So I'm going to do a whole lot of bead work on this. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Even though I don't have a place for it right now, all you do is just roll these things up for later. Hello. In the meanwhile, you can get those like plastic poster holders and put it in it so you can look at it at least when you're trying to figure out what to do with it. So I'm really excited in my world for what's going on with me. Feeling like I'm stuck in a rut, not knowing what to do, doing the same thing every day. It's not working for me, not knowing how to change or what to do. Someone in my life came in there because I saw their success in coloring, adult coloring books, in their stress that they were having in their life as, a tool or a focusing technique for helping to relieve stress and all. They were doing the adult coloring books, and they even went so far as to go get, professional level markers and to have some fun with that. And I noticed in the way that, I saw, they didn't have to tell me, I saw their stress level, and they were seeing more clearly, making a better, well, here I'm judging their decisions. I mean, they're telling me, oh, this was a better decision, like making better decisions in life and not acting more on impulse and all stressed out. And it was really working for them in processing their emotions, this adult coloring book. So for me in my world, those are fun and everything, but cross stitch was my passion. So look at, not that you're going to copy me or whatever and go do cross stitch. But like, I'm just telling you about my passion. What's your passion? It's like, oh, Kelly, I love to do the stained glass. Here's something I saw you guys that do the stained glass that might be like, this is really hard to do the stained glass and lots of skill and everything. I went to one of those artists' place. There's like the small town that I'm in. This is like a destination place. So there's lots of art locations where artists will come and have all kinds of work all over the place because people come here with money. so they have all of that. So I saw a stained glass, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to do stained glass, right now, but you really have to have the space for that, lay out all the pieces, and just, be able to leave the project there and not just pick up your project and store it away in between working on it. You've got to kind of leave it out. But then I was talking about the stained glass, and the artist, I was talking to the artist, and she said, look, I just glued it, or epoxy or whatever that stuff is. It's clear, completely clear and see-through. You can't see it. And what they did is they got these stained glass pieces, or the glass pieces, and they did cut them and all of that. But then they glued them down on this just piece of glass, like window glass or just glass. And then did some kind of something that you would do to mortar if you're doing a project in a shower or tile or something like that. They did more like a mortar on it instead of the soldering iron. So it was done in a completely different way. And it was like, oh my gosh, that's not true, like the stained glass and everything with soldering. But if I just wanted to do a project and not have to, oh my gosh, put in, 20 years of skill and all into it, that would be a cool thing. For it's like, oh, I like this stained glass, whatever. And I wouldn't have to put so much effort into it, and then be able to enjoy the end result faster. Hey, you too, CW. So that's what I'm doing to better my world, is setting myself up for success in the area of de-stressing myself in a way that is there's no harming or detrimental effects or negativities. Like okay, I'm de-stressing with a big bowl of macaroni and cheese. We got some consequences to that, some negative things that might happen as a result of it. So that's what I'm doing. Is if I'm going to be, focusing myself and all, let's be productive in this. And I do remember, like, almost 30 years ago was the last time I did cross stitching, you guys. Yeah, a long time ago. And then, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I see when I stopped doing cross stitch. Those were some really wonderful times in my life when I was cross stitching. I guess it was a really good stress reliever and something that you do when you're Gen X. And you're not just connected to technology all the time. All right, you guys. It was so good to hang out with you. I enjoyed the crap out of it. Thanks for hanging out with me. That was like freaking awesome, you guys. Thanks. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. If you do have any questions or comments, Kelly at kellycoffee.com. If you want to sign up for Wednesday, it'd probably be pretty good if I could get something about that. The remote viewing class. It's going to be on Wednesday at 11:30 Mountain Time. And I had a class on Wednesday and a class yesterday, a makeup class, just because I threw everybody off guard, like, oh, suddenly we're having it on Wednesday. Like, what? Oh my gosh, I wasn't prepared this week. So I had like a makeup class yesterday. It was an amazing class. So the next regular scheduled one is this upcoming Wednesday. To sign up for that one, just sign up. Just sign up. If you're not sure, put it in the comments. Like, hey, Kelly, I'm signing up for this next Wednesday. Just checking. Just want to make sure. You can put stuff in the comments like that, just to make sure you're in the right place. And then I will send a link to you where we're going to be meeting at that time. So you just show up there, and it's StreamYard. We don't record it or anything, but StreamYard is just a good, secure place to meet and talk to each other because they're not going to be recording us or anything. Like, there's no big database that it gets stored on or anything while we're talking. So I feel really good with the StreamYard. I mean, unless they're lying to us, and they probably are because everybody is. But at least what's on paper, everything's okay. On paper, no one's listening but us. All right. Oh, so yeah, join me in my remote viewing class. And you guys, some of you guys were kind of like scared to join me because it's like, Kelly, I'm not really good at that. I've never tried it or whatever. I had one person didn't graduate from the Monroe Institute, but took I can't remember if it was a workshop or a class or something, or a session or something with someone who had graduated from the Monroe Institute, and expressed how hard it is. And it's hard because it's a process that limits you and what you can see. That's why it is hard. And then so like I showed them how easy it is to remote view, and they were so ecstatic that usually what's going on is they don't know what remote viewing is. Most people don't know what remote viewing is, and at the beginning of class, I show you what remote viewing is, and just simply by knowing what it is, you start remote viewing really well immediately by understanding what remote viewing is. So, and then the exercises in there. Oh my gosh, we did exercises and until they were really comfortable with trusting themselves in what they were remote viewing and seeing, instead of doubting what they were seeing. And seeing that at some point they did see accurately, and then the feelings and emotions kind of take over, and the programs and the blocks and the cords and the trauma, and they don't see clearly, but they were able to identify that place that happened. I see where I was seeing clearly, then suddenly this started to happen and I didn't see clearly. So because then they're like, okay, so all the information related to this, I'm not going to trust it, but this information I am. In that, they were able to trust themselves more, understanding that this time frame of seeing accurate information will be extended as they practice. And it's not just a few seconds that they can sit there and just look and look for minutes or hours and still see accurately after practicing and letting go. Isn't that awesome? That's so cool. Hey, Melinda. Oh my gosh, Melinda, it's so good to see you. What's going on with you? I was about to say goodbye, and then you popped in. Let me check on you before I say goodbye. You doing okay, Melinda? Do you have any questions, or can I support you in any way before I say goodbye? Well, it's not just Melinda. Just I want to check in with everybody, make sure you're all right. What's going on? Hello, y'all. Love it. Hello, y'all. It's probably not your accent at all, Melinda. Sorry. Like, you made me sound like I was from East Texas. Kelly Ann. Oh, the southern accents. Yeah, working a lot. Oh, there you go, Melinda. Could I offer a perspective change, if that's okay? To offer a perspective change to you. What about, what if we were doing what if a while ago? What if you changed your perspective to that's not work? You're not working a lot. It could be anything. You're investing in your future. You're learning something. You're developing character. What would be an alternative perspective that's not work that would make sense to you to just for 5 minutes look from that perspective? Does that make sense, Melinda? Okay, yeah. So what are you thinking? Everybody else listening too, like, what perspective? Excuse me, puppy. What perspective are we looking from? Like, I'm going to become a better person because of this. Or this is keeping me out of trouble. Melinda, you know Melinda. Just kidding, Melinda. It keeps you out of trouble, right? That's another perspective. Doing all that keeps me out of trouble. Or this is enabling me. I'm just making up. I'm not reading your mind or anything. Just you guys, I'm not reading Melinda's mind. Like, I'm looking at going on a cruise. So coming here and sitting at this desk pushing paper around is going to enable me to go on that cruise financially, to be able to do that. So that's another perspective to look at. Again, I just made up a scenario and all. Like when you find all this out and you come to these realizations, what relaxes on your body? When you look at what you're doing from another perspective. Or where you are, it's not just all this working. You are on one step in the staircase of evolution. And this is like one step closer to your evolution or promotion or whatever. Or your vacation. What perspective would you like to view this differently? Just to change it up. When nothing has to be right or wrong or permanent. Just another perspective. Hey, Ari, Aurelia. Can 100% vouch your remote viewing class is great. Oh, thank you. I hope to make it great. And it's showing you guys how simple it is. That you've just been told remote viewing is something else just to make it complicated so that you're limited and you don't see what's really going on. Because you guys are the ones that can see what's going on. But if you go to the Monroe Institute, you can't see shit. It's a long time ago now. Okay. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful, Melinda. It makes absolute sense. Yay. I see it as helping the people I encounter. Aww. It definitely keeps me out of trouble, Melinda. You don't have the new name. What is the new name? Was it Jessica? I'm sorry to butcher Jessica if it's not. Like the new Karen. It's I think the Karen was Gen X version. And is it Jessica's millennial version of Karen? So it's not Melinda. Woo! Melinda, you've been spared. So yeah, in helping people you encounter. Now, oh God, Melinda. Hold on, I don't want to make any assumptions. Let me look. So let me get my calendar. Oh, fuck. Damn it, fuck. Melinda, it's self-reflection day. Fuck. But it's also still Good News Day. We got both. Self-reflection day and Good News Day. This can't go wrong. This can't go wrong. It's like, look what I can do. Oh, look what I can do. Nothing wrong there. What if it's self-reflection day? And maybe you're in a position, and if you are, we don't have to make this public, but if you are in a position to help others, and it's self-reflection day with help, do we find ourselves, and if it's not you, it's someone in here that's watching right now, and it might even be me, where do we feel like we might either need help? Let's take our temperature. Are we needing help? You're not the only one, by the way. I was kind of in savior mode. Like, where's that higher version of myself that's supposed to come and save me right now? Fuck that shit. I want help. I have the help. Oh no, now I don't have help. Yeah, it's a little fickle, right? Comes and goes. Temporary. I am help itself, except for when I'm not, and I don't know what I'm doing, which is most of the time. So that one doesn't end up well. And the I am, that's identifying with the illusion, which can happen. Now we've got a state of being. What if you're in a state of being helpful? That's different than needing help, or wanting help, or having help, or isn't it? A state of being helpful. So it's full of help. You're overflowing. But you look around, there's nobody that really needs help then. If you're full of help. If you're full of it. The goal is to be full of it. Your goal is to be full of it. Isn't that good to know on self-reflection day that you can see where you are and just ultimately, no matter where you are in this chart, you can let go and it's a state of being. Where have I been trying to help myself through or by helping others? Helping others is just you trying to help yourself in a roundabout way. And because you create these in the same feelings, let's say it's need, let's just pretend it's need. I need help. Then you're going to create everybody around you to need help. So you're going to help the crap out of them until you have nothing left, until you need help. There's not going to be anybody there to help you. Sound familiar? I help and I help and I help. And when I need help, no one's there. Now you see why? Because you're in need. Because then you need help. It's the same energy. Now you need help. That's why help is not there, because you're in need of it. So help will never arrive. Isn't that good to know how energy flows? Because when you do all of this, oh, I'm going to manifest here and push and pull and manifest. And then it's like, why did that only work for a short period of time and then it all failed and fell apart? You know, I was quite disappointed. I had some pretty high expectations for that. You can't be disappointed if you don't have expectations. Just saying. Now, if we do have expectations, where did they come from? What is the source of those expectations? If we're going through the line in the supermarket, Our expectation is the person in front of us to pay quickly and leave so that we could be next. And some old lady whips out her checkbook where there used to be a time when everybody paid with check. And it took a while to get through the checkout line. What are our expectations? What are our expectations? Do we have delayed gratification or instant gratification? Gen X, what are the lyrics to this song where they sound like they're mumbling? I don't know. But when somebody went to Amarillo or Lubbock to the mall over the weekend and they bought the cassette tape and they brought it to school because all the lyrics were printed inside of the cover and they were popular for that day because they had the lyrics to that song that everybody wanted to know the lyrics to, the mumble song. Delayed gratification. Now it's like, wait, what was that song called? And then you sing a few or just a few words of the song you put into your phone, and it tells you the song, the lyrics to the song, and it will even play the song for you and tell you who wrote it, who sang it. Wow. And that's why everybody's getting an analog bag. An analog bag, delayed gratification. You are playing an online game, putting a jigsaw puzzle together in 5 minutes on an online game. Now you're doing a cross-stitch picture. The cross-stitch picture might take a few weeks to complete. Delayed gratification. Analog. Wow. Oh, you too, Michelle. You as well. Hey, Mindy. Oh, it makes absolute sense. Yes, helping the people encountered definitely keeps me out of trouble. Thank you, Kelly. You're welcome. Melinda. Oh, you amaze me. With your insight, definitely good news day. Yes, it is. It is good news day. By the way, hold on, I was rubbing my eye. By the way, the elderly still come through with checkbooks. I think it's cute. Good. Hey, look at your attitude about it. Isn't that awesome? How you're just kind of like laid back and just taking it easy. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Let everything be. Let everything be. Woo. Gosh, you guys, thanks for hanging out. You guys rock. Check out thegodbubble.com in the remote viewing class for this next Wednesday. It has just blown my mind how you guys are ready for this remote viewing class. So whatever has been going on since the last time I met with you guys, you're remote viewing better and faster, more accurate. It's overall just working better with the remote viewing. So, and also, I'm not going to be doing these classes all that long. Because when I do these classes, it doesn't take but 1 to 3 classes. And most of you guys are master manifestors or master remote viewers. You don't really need me anymore. So this class, instead of, meeting every week for weeks and weeks and weeks, it kind of disbands after about 6 weeks or so. Because you guys are just doing such a good job. So anyway, just to let you know that these classes are not going to go on forever, that while I am doing the classes, I'm going to take advantage and we'll go from there. And well, it's for every Wednesday except for like the next week. I don't know. We might do it on Thursday the next week, but I'll put it on the website. Like I'll make it very clear on the website if it's another day or happens to be another day that week that I have class. So check for that. Check for that just in case. So well, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.
Realm of dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her God bubble we soar through the night. Exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. A symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee, we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble, we'll explore the unknown. A grand adventure like no other we